Here I'll review red eye removal in Lightroom and also cloning and healing. This image is from superphoto.org/redeye. Simply take the image into the Develop module, go to the red eye correction tool. It's next to the crop and spot removal tools under the histogram. This is a localized adjustment. In other words, it's made to just one part of the image where it's directed to be done. So I click on red eye correction. It tells you right here, drag from the center of the eye or click to use a current size. Okay, so you can just click with one click to use the current size brush. You can make it smaller or larger. So you can just click, boom, or click and drag outward to the size of the eye or pupil. And that's gone ahead and removed the color and also corrected the tone or value, lightness or darkness of the pupil. If you were just to remove the color, for instance, it would make the pupil too light of a shade of gray and it would look unusual. Okay, there are a couple of other options here as well. Pet eye, for example, if you have a green, yellow, or so forth effect in a photograph of a pet having used flash, that can be used as well. So here you can see how easy it is to correct this in Lightroom. Okay, I'm going to go now to the spot removal tool. Right, so here there are some items that looks like caught in a spider web. You can see here it looks like there have been many adjustments. I'm just going to click on the spot removal tool to show you where all of these spots have been removed. Next, I'm just going to go back to the beginning so that I can show how this is done live. I'm going to actually click out of spot removal, zoom in a bit. I'm going to go a fill, perhaps actually a 1:2 ratio, or 1:4. 1:2 is good. Okay. You have the clone or heal option once you click on the spot removal tool. With heal, you can simply choose your brush size by changing the bracket keys or over here in the sliders and paint over an area in the image. And what it will do is duplicate the texture from another area in the image and then blend the color. It will show you where it's sampled from. So if you don't feel that it's a good fit, you can move it. Okay, so here I'm going to just paint over this. It's sampled from here. I'm going to make the brush a bit bigger now and paint over this whole area. So here the sampling isn't ideal because it's duplicated some of these lines and areas I might not want, and you can probably see it changing according to where I'm pulling this image, the sample portion. Okay. Use the hand tool to move a bit. If I go into clone and click on a portion of the image, it's going to duplicate exactly where it's sampled from. I just pulled that over here to show how exaggerated that is. Sometimes it's not going to work as well as the healing tool to blend areas, but if you wanted to, for example, build areas of an image. Let's say I wanted to kind of extend this flower plant. I could copy that exactly by cloning. Heal, on the other hand, is going to duplicate the texture of where it's sampled from and blend the color. Okay, so here it's duplicated that little dot there. If I told Lightroom to duplicate from some other area of the image, it's going to do the best it can to blend in. Okay. You can delete if it's not to your liking. Okay, this sample here, since it was clone, see how it didn't necessarily blend the color very well at all? So if I change that to heal instead, you can see it's done a much better job. Just going to do a few more heals over here. Maybe make the brush a bit smaller. And it's not to say that healing is better than cloning or cloning is better than healing. It's just whichever works for the particular situation you are working with. Okay. Just going to click out of that. It's not a perfect job here, but if you look at the before and after, it's eliminated those quite well. Here, if I wanted to do something a bit more extreme, such as remove the people with the umbrella here, I could simply go to the spot removal. I'm going to choose heal and just paint over them. And Lightroom has done a fairly good job. Now that I zoom in, however, I see that some of the umbrella has been lost. So if I go, I'm just going to start over here and delete this. Make sure I paint over everything, including this little item here. Okay. Zoom out, and it looks pretty good. If I were to compare exactly where that's sampled from, then I could probably detect some duplication in pattern, but nothing to worry about here. Here, spot removal heal has been used to remove the surfer or swimmer from the scene.